Hello everyone, this is Ross, Teacher Toolkit on Twitter. It's just a short video about managing social media. So it's 10 tips for teachers. You can find further details on my blog, but essentially it's just the 10 things that I would give as advice. First one is keep profiles not necessarily locked or protected, but regularly manage the settings. Revisit people that you follow, people that are following you. I do this probably, when I get a bit of downtime from teaching. This is half term and on holidays, things like that. So about every 6 to 8 weeks, I look at all the different settings, fiddle around and just see what's going on, make sure I'm managing all the different platforms. Secondly, if I have got a public profile, I make sure they're professional. I try not to tag my school identity into my profiles, not because I'm not proud of where I work, but essentially if something happens with the school, first thing is the journalists look up all the different social media platforms, they look at all the teachers that are associated with those schools, and then they start to hunt you down for comments and quotes. That's a negative reason. Other reason might be because your next employer might already be following you. So it's very important to keep professional. If you have got a public open account like I have, then you might have parents and students watching you too. So it's very important as a teacher, looking after your teacher standards, the professional conduct online. It's important that you set a good example. Thirdly, pause before you post. So it's the t-shirt theory. Don't post something you wouldn't put on a t-shirt. That's pretty much a very simple tip to live and die by on social media. Fourthly, model good social media behaviour when you talk to colleagues, other people that you don't know. We all get a bit of criticism now and then, so it's important to reply and respond politely. Fifth, in terms of social media, be clear about your purpose. I've got a personal account, I share personal things there. I've unlocked that account recently. I'm very conscious of things that I share. On the Teacher Toolkit account, it's always open, it's always a thread about education and teaching, so I'm very aware of its purpose. Number 6, when you share photographs, so for example I have an Instagram account, I tend to share a bit more private things in there, so that account is locked, and when I share a photograph onto Twitter from the Instagram app, it forces people to see the photograph, yes, but in terms of following me on that particular account, to follow it, you have to actually have my confirmation through the Instagram platform so that you can follow all those photographs that I share there. Number 7, I can't keep up with all my passwords. I don't know about you. So each time I change a password because I'm forced to through a particular application, I make sure that I resync all the passwords and all the other platforms so that they match. Very easy to forget what they are. You change your email addresses, so sometimes the password notification goes to the wrong email address, things like that. So again, with so many platforms out there, it's important that you revisit those settings. The last thing you want is someone to hack your account, a robot or a real person, and then they start hacking the information you put there. Number 8, keep your followers and friends under review. So again, going back to my earlier point about every half term or school holiday, that's a good chance to follow new people, revisit accounts that are not pushing out any information, some dormant accounts, people that no longer use the accounts, for example. So there's a few people recently that I've been following who've changed their Twitter name, so all the things that I would normally associate them with for or finding their Twitter handle, for example, they no longer exist or they've closed their account, so it's worth always revisiting. Number 9, in terms of your private network, it's very important to maintain those settings. So if I think of some platforms, Twitter, Facebook, personally and professionally, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, already there's just 5 big platforms that I use where I manage personal accounts and also professional accounts. It can get out of hand, so try not to log into everything, try to do 1 or 2 things really well. Finally, number 10, in terms of managing social media, I have my friends and family, through Facebook and through Twitter, and also have my colleagues that I liaise and work with through Twitter and Facebook too. So I always manage those settings. I try not to ask my friends or my colleagues to tag me into things that might compromise the things that I do in the other spheres. So for example, I might be out with my family, we might be doing something that's not something I'd want my head teacher to see, for example. So it might be trying to think of an example without embarrassing myself. My family like to do a tradition every Christmas. We like to do a kind of sing a song, for example. So sometimes we dress up. I can't believe I'm saying this online. Sometimes we dress up, and that's on our private Facebook accounts. I wouldn't want that tagged to my public profile, even though I'm not embarrassed by what I'm doing, but I just don't want it to be shared there. So those are my 10 tips for managing social media. Hope you find it helpful. You can find full details on teachertoolkit.me. Thanks for watching.